What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. You know what it is. Alright, man, so it's been brought to my attention that Oleksandyr Usyk wants Anthony Joshua at Wembley. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And as I stated before, I said, even if Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, they got their panties in a bunch. You had to expect it to happen sooner or later. He was going to fight Usyk, Pulev, or whatever, but kind of glad it happened with Ruiz because, to be perfectly honest, Oleksandyr Usyk brings the same thing to the table. Here's Oleksandyr Usyk. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, body, body, body. Bop, 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 bop. Whole lot of pressure. Always on his feet. Always coming forward. He takes punches. Bop, bop, bop. Come on. Come on. Coming forward. Boom, 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 boom. Barrages of punches. So, Anthony Joshua already been exposed for the earmuffs. You know what I'm saying? When Andy Ruiz unloads with that hooking left to right. So, it's probably the best thing to happen for him because instead of, you're going to get that same thing with Oleksandyr Usyk, but you're going to get constant pressure, you're going to get constant movement, you're going to get wild angles, you know, and shit like that. So Anthony Joshua be more disciplined, feel him out, push him back, that reach, bing, keep him on the end of that jab, bing, bing. But overall, that's a very threatening fight for Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua is going to go into that fight right after Andy Ruiz, which I'm sure the IBF is going to usher that shit to happen, considering that they already put in a mandatory for that shit. So, Bob Aaron, you talking that shit about the mandatory ain't made for that shit, tell that to the IBF. That's a really, really good fight. That'll probably be the best fight that you're going to get in the heavyweight division. I would watch that fight 10 times over because I already know what Tyson Fury is going to do to Deontay Wilder. But that, if Anthony Joshua has to go into that right after Andy Ruiz, that's an extremely tough fight. To be perfectly honest, what Oleksandyr Usyk brings to the table and what what Anthony Joshua went through with Andy Ruiz, Oleksandyr Usyk is going to bring that type of pressure all the way through the fight, non-stop. So that's the direction that I already said that it's going to go in. I said that Usyk would possibly be next. Now, as Anthony Joshua, well, it ain't going to matter whether Anthony Joshua is going to want to do it or not. Do you think Anthony Joshua is going to want to go ahead and take that fight right after Andy Ruiz, or is he going to want to vacate? I'm not saying that's his style, but I mean, let's realistically look at it. Sometimes, man, you want to pump your brakes, man. I would want Anthony Joshua to take a couple tune-up matches before going into that fight, because I feel as though there's a couple things he's got to work on, and I don't think that Rob McCracken necessarily with Oleksandyr Usyk's style is going to be the perfect vision for a fight like that. So, like I said, man, get it like a Jonathan Banks, man. A student of Emmanuel Stewart to come in, work with you, and then, you know, get into that fight after a tune-up. Work with another trainer, working side by side with Rob McCracken, and focusing on different things. Stay focused on what Rob McCracken is skillful with, and stay focused on and then work with your other trainer on where the areas he lacks in. But all in all, man, that's a hell of a fight, man. That is a hell of a fight. Of course, I would pick Anthony Joshua because I don't know what type of shot Oleksandyr Usyk can take at heavyweight. I haven't seen him take one shot yet. We haven't seen him fight Takam. And now that we know that he's just sitting waiting to go right into the unified match, that's going to be a tough one. That's a tough one for Oleksandyr, but he is a very, very skilled fighter, man. I mean, shit, he made Tony Bellew look like a novice in the game. A novice in the game. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna spend too much time on that. I'm excited for it. That's what happened. But Anthony Joshua has to get past Andrew Ruiz first. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys, man. Cost you nothing. Pay a nigga no mind. Respect.